Good evening, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day. We are in a different location today because my normal space, I'm having a dinner tonight, so I've got a whole bunch of stuff all over that table, and I've got food cooking in the other room and everything else, so I'm really sorry you have a view of this ugly window over here, but I normally don't like to film in here, but this is the only quiet space that I have right now. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. I hope you all are doing good. If you're going out and drinking, drink responsibly, call an Uber, call a friend, don't drink and drive, you know, all that. And for those of you who don't celebrate, happy Friday. It is Friday, the weekend is upon us. So again, I think there's a little more of a happy spirit in the air today. I've noticed it while out and about. People are a little happy. It's a big holiday here in America, St. Patrick's Day. People like to go out and drink and eat a lot of food and, you know, celebrate and things like that. And it's supposed to be a very lucky day as well. So I hope that the luck of the Irish is on your side. I hope you all are doing well. And we will see what the cards say. Okay. It's kind of an interesting spread today. Okay, again, a lot of readers are starting to drop the labels. I started that myself. So we, as far as masculine, feminine, we are now doing runner and chaser. So whoever you identify with, if this reading resonates for you, that's awesome. Again, people have been switching sides. Some of you guys who are the runners last week are now the chasers, or who were the chasers last week are now the runners. And it's going week by week now. When a year ago we were seeing consistent, you know, people who were runners were pure runners. People who were chasers were pure chasers the whole time. Things are changing now. The energies are more intense, and I'm definitely seeing that with the readings from week to week. So we got the runner side over here and the chaser side over here. And what I'm seeing for the runner is the first card is the World. And we said yesterday in the Energy Oracle that the runner was running away again, or going on a journey, or taking a temporary time out. This is still happening. With the World, they're definitely doing something that is for their own fulfillment. They're not running away from a problem. They're running to a solution. Putting it better that way. They're running towards they're finding their passion again. The World is a very, very good card. It's a card about cycles, and the runner's going through another cycle, but this is like a final little thing that the runner has to do in order to feel like the runner can come back into the union. The second card for the runner is the Ace of Wands reverse. So this is regarding a blocked creativity issue, sacral chakra type stuff. We had talked about that also. There's something where the runner had blocks, and the runner in this situation might be a creative type. It might be a musician, might be a writer or an artist or something like that. And this runner is having issues with getting the music out. And the runner is so inspired by the chaser, but they're sort of finding themselves like, okay, well, I've got this union that I've wanted for so long, and this union that's been talked up for so long, but there's something missing. So they're going out to figure out what that is, and that has to do with whatever's blocking them creatively. So the third card for the runner is the Hermit reversed. And this signifies an end of the isolation, where the runner was running to isolate him or herself. The runner's starting to come back into society. The runner is networking with other people, other artists, other writers, other people in their field of what they want to do. And there also could have been some resistance from friends of the runner as far as making these changes, and now they are breaking free from the isolation with that group of people, because you can have isolation with yourself from others, or you can have isolation with certain friends from other groups of people. Like if you, like in high school, if you think about the jocks in high school would kind of group themselves away from like the smart kids or the band kids or something like that, or the, you know, the kids that were into rock music or whatever the little cliques were. It's almost like they're breaking away from an isolated, you know, situation and moving on to being around more people who are more accepting to them. The outcome for the runner is the Seven of Cups reversed. And that is where the confusion about what the runner wanted is coming to an end. There's no more of that enormous amount of choices. They're no longer confused by what they want. They kind of are looking at what they want and they're kind of focusing in on it. There's not all these different things floating around in the air for the runner to focus on. So this is also a good thing. This 7 was coming up a lot a few weeks ago when I was doing a reading for somebody, and it was more focused on the person who the reading was for, thinking, is this real? Is this real? That could be part of it too, where it's the end of that questioning if the union is real or not. If the concept of twin flames, is it a concept or is it a reality? That's ending for the runner as well, because as we all know, it is a reality. But some of the runners are new to this and they're not sure what to believe. It's something completely new to them. Now for the chaser, I've got the 7 of Pentacles for the first card, and that is the fruits of the chaser's labor is coming to fruition. The harvest is coming in. They're waiting. They're seeing the flowers blossom. It's a perfect card for the beginning of spring because the trees are blossoming, the flowers are blossoming. It's sort of like the chaser's going from that cold, lonely, dark winter into spring. The chaser's seeing the runner blossom. And the chaser's been sitting and waiting, and what the chaser's been wanting for so long is actually coming true. So it's a very, very good indicator of things to come. So this is an indicator of things starting to come to fruition for the feminine. Things like the runner blossoming, things like financial rewards, something that the chaser has started becoming invested in is starting to come to fruition. Maybe it could be a bunch of job applications that have come in that are beneficial to the chaser. All these things are going to start to come out of this. Also, it was a very tough week last week with a lot of the energies. So that is going to, you're going to see why certain things were happening last week and why certain memories were coming up, and it's all going to make sense this week. So the second card for the chaser is the 8 of Cups reversed. Now the 8 of Cups in the upright is a card of abandonment, and reversed it is breaking away from that abandonment feeling. And that is true for the chaser. The chaser now no longer feels abandoned by the runner. The chaser understands now why the runner is running. And it's not about the chaser now. And the chaser understands that. The runner is running for the runner. And this is going to be a huge epiphany for the chasers, because it's everything's going to click from the last few years or however long that you've been in union or have met your twin. It's going to be like, wow, okay, so the stuff that happened in 2012 was not about me. It was about the other person. So it's all going to make sense. The third card for the chaser is the King of Wands. And that basically describes the chasers in this situation. They're very energetic, fiery, creative people. They're very lovers of life, and they're very spunky. They're very happy. They're very, these are your rebels, sort of. Your kids, that your people that don't necessarily follow societal norms. And this is a good thing because they are the ones who are bringing in this new generation of people who are awakening. So these chasers are just some, no matter what happens and no matter what knocks them down, they're always ready to come back for more. They're just very, very spirited people. And the runner's starting to really appreciate that because their wand was in reverse. They had a block. So the chasers in this situation are going to inspire the runners to go for what they want. The last card, the outcome for the chaser, is the Queen of Swords reversed. And this is, normally the Queen of Swords is associated with, sort of being like the bitchy one, or the one that's sort of, sharp-tongued and, mean with her words and everything else. But the good sides of the Queen of Swords is that she sticks up for people. She'll fight for her own. And this is, in this situation, this is good for the chaser. This is another quality of the chaser, that the chaser is going to stick up for his or her own. And it's not, I'm not seeing in this situation that it's about any kind of mean attitude or anything like that. It's all about the chaser building up the runner and fighting off anything that's knocking the runner down to keep them from what they need to do. The chaser is fighting them off with his or her sword. And in this situation, I believe that in this situation, why it's showing me that this in reversed. Because this in the upright would have been that sharp-tongued, sassy, mean with her words type of a person. I'm not seeing that in this situation. So the overall energy today is the first one over here is the King of Cups, which, as we know, is represents a male energy, a very loving, supportive, easygoing, emotionally strong, family-oriented person. And this is the overall energy of the union, is that bringing together the emotions, the love, the supportiveness. It's almost like this is your safe space. This is your place where you can cry on my shoulder. You can hug it out. Whatever emotions you show, you're going to be safe to do so. So that is the overall energy for the union today, is that they're going to find that it's safe for them to be 100% themselves, because it definitely showed a dynamic between the two, the union here between the two parts. The go-getter, the runner, the serious one, and the fun and fiery, feminine, or not feminine, I'm sorry, chaser, who is willing to fight for his or her other. So the outcome for the union is the Five of Wands reversed, which the Five of Wands in the upright is about fighting and squabbling and arguing, and this is the end of all of that. So there will be no more fighting, no more arguing over anything dumb, like stupid little things that a few weeks ago we were arguing about. All of that is over. That is not even part of the union right now. So, with that being said, I've got the Romance Angels. I will pull one for the runner, one for the chaser, and one for the union. So the first one, got the runner, chaser, and for the union. Okay, these are interesting. Okay, flirt. Again, I think this came up before for the runner. This is about having that playful, fun energy and flirting and being lighthearted with your other and enjoying each other's company. And for the chaser, it's about finances and career. So it says financial issues are a factor in your love life. So this could be assisting the runner with something that they're doing and maybe doing a collaboration of things in order to make it into a career. Also, it has to do with the Seven of Pentacles, where the chaser's waiting for the fruits of their labor to harvest, to come to fruition, and that is coming very soon. So good financial news for the chaser. Good life energy mission-based news for the runner. The card for the union is getting to know each other, which is perfect for right now. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And again, that relates to the King of Cups, that having that safe space to let go and really get to know each other. Okay, I just want to thank you guys again for tuning in. Sorry this is late and it's in a weird, different room than you guys are used to, but hopefully next week things will be on track. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day, and I want to thank you again for tuning in. Have an awesome week. Namaste.